Well, surprise, surprise. Let's watch your Aangles part, dude.
You want to talk about Aangles? Aangles? I remember this premiere. This was a damn good time. Speaking of projectors and having BMX, the whole BMX world being there. All right.
So maybe we could talk about this first clip because this is kind of has like a crazy story behind it.
Hit me with it.
So this spot here is the famous Eric L. Pegless roller coaster rail.
Oh.
But it's in Long Beach, and I've always like seen it, and I wanted to crook it, and I know a lot of other people in Long Beach too have like called it out and wanted to do it. But the craziest thing about this is like, if you look at it right now, you can see like the shitty run up, but also there's always a car parked at the bottom. So you have to go there during street sweeping. So this was filmed on a Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. Damn, that's a lot to go into.
So we're in LA. We like probably, I don't know, we got up early as hell. I think we were on the road at like 7. We drove all the way to Long Beach, got some breakfast, went and warmed up at Cherry Park, pulled up to this spot, like, I don't know, like 9:45. And of course there's a car parked on it. But like 10 o'clock, right on the dot, the street sweeper pulls up. I didn't think I thought the dude was going to get a ticket because like his car was staying there. Then all of a sudden this dude runs out of the house, moves his car. Street sweeper goes by. Scott pulls his car in. Nice. And I'm just like, oh shit, I got to try this.
Yeah, it's happening.
It ended up working like, I think 4th try.
4 tries on this massive rail. Let's show what we're talking about here. Sheesh.
But yeah, like you can see like that railing. Like look at that, the shitty turn-in. It's like not.
Oof.
It's really hard to jump good.
Yeah, you're turning and then immediately like preloading for the bunny hop. Pow. 4th try. So what happens on the first 3 tries?
So the first try, I got like a stale hop and I actually like landed like feeble on the far left rail.
Oh,
and then I just like jumped to flat. And then I think second try, like I like panicked and put my pedal down. So I did the crook, but I like put my pedal down all shitty and it just looked horrible. And then
but you landed it, but
yeah,
you're like,
but then I think the third try, I got a stale hop and I pegged it, and it was like so fast I didn't even know what was going on. And then I think 4th try I landed it.
Boom. Fuck yeah. What, like that, before we get into it, what is the mindset that you have that you still want to do wild shit like this? Like why risk the injury of this type shit?
I don't know, man. I just like really motivated by spots, and like if you see that thing in real life, it's just like it's the sickest spot.
It's a beautiful
like,
spot. Yeah.
There's like palm trees, and it's like right off the ocean and shit. And
all right.
And I just remember like I was like I love that Eric L. You remember that clip?
Yeah.
The pegless. I just remember like.
Unbelievable.
Remember like seeing that shit when I was young, and then like being in Long Beach and we drove by the spot, and I was just like, oh my god, it's that spot.
Yeah.
And I felt like something else needed to be done there.
Well, you did it. Fuck yeah. All right, let's go, Dustin. Suck it. X up Phoebes. Where's this?
Oh, there's the that's in Philly.
Okay.
You can see the Prius in the background.
Hold on, I gotta see the Prius in the background.
You see it.
Oh, is it the gray one?
Oh yeah.
Am I tripping? That's not it.
That is it right there, man. Look at that.
Oh,
thing.
that is a Prius.
He's got the pimp one.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's a good line.
That's New Mexico.
Beautiful spot. Spot motivation. That's interesting that you're motivated by spots. That's just good spot use, dude. It like looks simple and easy, but that shit's not, dude. Neither is that. That's incredibly impressive, dude. Especially down a rail. This one I was tripping on at the premiere. That was in Omaha. We'll watch that one again. To curve and an X-up grind is something else.
Yeah, that one took hours, dude.
How many hours?
Probably like 2.
What would happen? Just go off straight?
Dude, I would just like lean to the left a lot because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like curved rails are like very hard on the inside, and especially with the X-up, you know.
I was just messing around with the baby one at the skate park and trying to do the outside, and I was like, "That's really
I feel
weird."
like the
that you have to
outside's
lean.
way easier.
You just gotta lean.
'cause there's
That's
like,
it.
And there's like a lot of more friction when you're on the inside one.
Yeah, with your
That
tire
rail's
rubbing and
so
shit.
sick.
Beautiful. So explain to me 60-40 versus 40-60. What the hell is this one?
That one's 40-60. So like,
And how does it work?
so it's basically kind of like the Smith version. It's just like, I kind of treat them like a
So
Smith.
60-40 is, does it go in order of like your front
I mean,
wheel?
people call it different shit, but I call 60-40s is like the front peg on the top of the rail. So that's kind of, it kind of feels like a feeble.
Where do the
and then-
numbers come from? Oh, I guess it's because
I don't-
50-50 would be both equal,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
then 60-40. Okay, it's clicking, dude.
But that's like some of my favorite tricks to do. They're so fun.
Especially because you have the eye for spots, and like somebody else might not think of doing this. Here, I don't know. It's fucking impressive. How hard is it to pop back over out of something like that?
It's kind of hard. The 60-40s are pretty easy, but the 40-60 you gotta like pull up and clear that back tire.
Yeah. It's the little things, you know? Combos. That looked like you had to work for that one. Did you?
Yeah, it took a little while.
Yeah. Oh! Fuck yeah, Barsmith. God, dude. You have like the mid-school bar spins out of grinds. Wait, dude, it's all happening so fast. The first person I saw do an X up to bar spin was Edwin. Same with you?
Yeah.
He was the first to do it?
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Or him or Vic OLI.
Yeah. That's money, man. That's no joke either, that gap to Smith. Shoot. Spot use on 100 billion, dude. I think some people like who don't. Oh, hey, what's up, Clay? Some people who don't do X up shit can't fathom how, like, you know. I guess a lot of people are doing X up rides nowadays and like doing 180s out of it and learning how actually hard it is to like pull up out of an X up and to do it out of a grind and then move over to another grind. I can't relate to it at all, but I imagine it ain't easy. You know, you gotta.
The feeble one's kind of
pull
hard too because it makes you go crooked.
Oh.
The pegs one's like, I don't know. It's not actually horrible.
Love Clay. You could do that shit both ways. The boys.
The boys for sure.
That looks like Arizona.
It is.
Never seen that spot though. Fuck yeah, Bob. I'm stoked you put their clips in your pot. Shoo, combos. Let's talk about this. Where is this?
Oh God, where is that one? It's in California. I can't think of what it's called. I want to say Rancho Cucamonga, but it's not that. I don't know why I can't space the name of
see, Eddie?
it.
Can you
But
see
that
already? You
thing,
can
I
come
knew.
in.
I saw that like in an old skate video, and I just like wanted to do this so bad. But the thing that sucked is like it's kind of like far from LA. I think it's like 2 hours. So we like did like a overnight stay. And then the next day we went there, and I was straight up feeling like shit.
Yeah,
And I
hungover.
just like, no, not even hungover. I just like was sore from riding, and like we got there, and there's like really nothing to ride in that area.
Yeah.
So we
It's
like
either
went
this
straight
or
to the
nothing.
rail,
Yeah.
and I basically like forced myself to do it, and I kind of like stepped down on my knee weird, because like see those bushes next to it. Like,
Yeah.
jumping in that shit sucks, but
I believe it. Fucking A.
Justin Shorty was with us, and he was jumping on that thing, so he kind of got me going. But I'm glad
Justin
it worked
goes.
out.
So like just thinking so far in this part, I'm looking at the clips and I'm like wondering how much of it is you finding a spot on the internet or like, you know, from other video parts and calling something out and going on a mission, or it's like you guys pedaling around and you just happen to want to do something. Like what would you say the majority of your shit is? Like You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
say like, I don't know, it depends. Like some of the 60-40 shit, that's just like stuff we stumble across. But then like stuff like this, it's just like spots I've seen in videos.
Yeah.
And I just like figure out where it's at.
That's dope.
A lot of it is like, a lot of times I have like trick ideas in my head, and then I just like
Find
try
the
to
spot
find
for
the
it.
right spot
Yeah.
for it. And
I
that's
love
like,
that.
usually that's the hardest part, is finding the spot for it,
Yeah.
you know?
Especially like a good looking spot or something
yeah.
that
Like,
makes
this
it
one
legit.
looks so good.
Yeah, this is beauty. Oh, it's so long, man. When you do, so when you're grinding on your left, you have to X up with your right arm underneath. What happens if you do it the other way? It just doesn't work?
It works. It's just when you go to come out, because like
nightmare,
when
yeah.
you do it this way, like you just pull out, you know, you pop
Yeah, it
out
makes
easy.
sense.
But if you do it the other way,
You're just
you
stuck.
have to wait till your peg got off the end.
Yeah. So like I do, and then if you're going to ride a box jump or some shit and do an X up over it, which way do you X up?
I'd probably do it the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to learn X up grinds on my left side, then switch X up grinds only. I think I'll film an X up grind.
All right.
Thanks.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. Thanks for the inspo, bruh. Oh, 60-40? Nope, that's
That clip was sick
40-60.
too. Yeah, it was a 40-60. That was actually in Atlanta. That was a sick one too.
Tell me the story.
Well, we had to cut that tree down because that shit was like overgrown.
Oh, this is a tree right here.
Yeah, it was like it was so
You
it was
literally
like
chopped the
completely
tree.
over the rail,
Yeah.
and then like we cut it. I don't know. I wanted to do that, but I just like did the 40-60. Then I was like bitching out forever, and then I just tried it, and it worked first try. It really, honestly, feels like a Smith grind. It's just kind of scary coming out of it, you know. But what's sick about
don't know, 'cause
the
I've never done
40-60 is like you see how the tires lower, it locks you in. So
Oh,
there's
yeah, that's
there's
true,
no
yeah.
way your
You're just
back
in
peg's
it.
gonna fall off.
Yeah.
So that's why I like those.
Boom. You just got to make sure you don't land too nose heavy when you land it. That's fire. Switch side?
Switch crook, yep.
Yeah. Did you learn all proper? Like, what was your upbringing in grinding? Are you fuck-footed? Did you learn opposites first? Did you throw the bars the wrong way?
Unfortunately, like,
You have any BMX handicaps is my question.
I don't, unfortunately. So I guess like when I first started riding, I spun the wrong way, but then I eventually like corrected it
You
myself.
remember it,
Like
yeah.
when I would bunny hop, I would spin regular, but like when I would go off tranny, I would spin the wrong way.
Interesting.
But it
Yeah.
eventually worked itself out.
It's weird how when you're a kid and you have no clue and just you do whatever feels right and nothing feels right, so you're just fucking sending it.
And this rail is actually like probably the best rail in Colorado. It was like it's been capped since I lived here, and then during the pandemic, I actually uncapped it.
Hell yeah.
And like for my new video, there's like so many clips on this rail. It's like the
Sick.
best rail.
For your
You
new
should come
video,
grind it.
which is
Your right side, right? I don't know what the name is.
we don't have
yet.
a name
I
yet,
don't know
but
what the
there
name
is something
yet.
in the works.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas out there.
What's the guy who on skate stops shit and he has an Instagram account? Knob Stopper. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he's doing the world a favor. What do you think
Yeah.
about him?
I think it's sick as hell, dude.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's see. So you're Knob Stopper too. That's a solid switch crook, dude.
And then this, I was super hyped on this one too because this is like literally 2 miles from my house,
Fuck
and
yeah.
I probably drove by that shit like.
You've seen the
I don't
spot
know, I've
before,
seen-
or you
yeah, it
drove
just,
past
like,
the
haunted
school?
Me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the spot for years, and I've always wanted to do something on it.
So tell me about this day. Like, had you wake up and you're like, all right, let's go fucking do
So
it.
I kind of wanted to do it, and the funny thing is, like, Alex was supposed to fly in that night, and we like woke up in the morning, and he calls Scott, and he's like, "Hey, I'm at the airport,"
Nice.
and we're like, "Oh, you're here already?" So like, we went and picked him up, and then I don't know. I was kind of like trying to make excuses in my head to not do it, so I didn't sure I
Yeah.
was gonna do it. But then I like warmed up on my flat rail, and we actually like went straight to the spot and got it done.
Fuck
It
yeah.
actually took like
You have to get yourself
it took, like,
psyched up.
6 tries to do it.
No shit. Like eating shit or
Yeah.
safe bails or
I ate
dying.
shit. So like, so on some 60-40 shit, you got to put a shorter peg on because when you lean, it will hit the uprights.
Oh.
And I didn't put a shorter peg on, so I like did it once, and I was leaning to the left, and my back peg clipped it, and I
Yeah.
ate shit.
That
and then
sucks because
then
you're
I put
actually
it-
doing it right, but it's like,
Yeah, but you gotta look at that shit. It's crazy.
Damn.
But ended up getting that one, so that one was I was really happy with that one.
that's dope. That's so good.
And both these clips too, back to back. I had like ideas for both these tricks that I wanted to do, but I had to find the right spot.
Yeah, well, you found it. This is one hell of a setup. Oh, same. Right there. Boom. Is that the same? Did you have your front peg on the lower rail on the...
Yeah, it was 40-60
Yeah.
drop, switch, crook 180.
Dude, if you just told that to a random person who doesn't know BMX tricks, it's a 40-60 X drop one. Trick sounds so funny. I was talking to my boss today, and he's like, are you going to go do a 360 rail slide later on today? And I was like, close, dude. You could try, you know? Boom. Scott did so good with filming it, dude. Just solid. That's a dope looking rail. Oh,
That's probably my favorite clip I've ever filmed in
that's
my whole life.
unreal.
So that one's kind of got
That's a dream
sick
trick,
story
yeah?
before it too. So
Yeah, talk to me.
So we were kind of getting close to the end of filming for the video, and I knew, so I had done one of these at a skate park before, but I knew I wanted to do it on a street setup, but it required the perfect kinked rail.
Yeah, with a little
First,
bit of...
we went all over looking for the right kinked rail, and like they just didn't work. Like we went to this Tulsa one because I needed one where like I wasn't like super nervous about, you know, jumping on the X.
Mm-hmm.
So like that one was perfect. But we went to like Tulsa, and then I also needed a rail where like, you know, like how like sometimes when you ride a kinker, like the down section goes to flat. If you're trying something other than a peg, you kind of jump higher. So I didn't want my front peg to land on the flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we went to the Tulsa one. That one didn't work. We went to Vallejo up by the bay. That one didn't work. We went to Bakersfield, and then Jamie Foy actually got an ender on this rail. So I was like, I found a sign in the background. And I was like, oh, this is in, where was it at? Tallahassee. So I was like, fuck.
How did you find a spot?
Because I just like, I searched the sign because there was one angle and it had the sign of the building, and I figured out it was in Tallahassee.
So you narrowed down the city, or did you figure out exactly where it was?
A low-key hater on Florida, because my girl always tries to get me to go there, and I'm like, dude, we're not going to Florida. So when I found out I was in Florida, I was like, oh shit, dude, she's gonna give me shit for going there. So I like threw the idea out to Scott. I was like, I kind of want to go to Tallahassee for this rail, and he's like, really? He's like, it's kind of shitty to get there. So then like, kind of just let it sit, and then like 2 weeks later, I called him back, and he's like, yeah, actually, I did it, and like I did the math, and it's like we should just fly into Atlanta, and then we can just drive to Tallahassee. So it like.
Sick.
It ended up working out, so we like went to a trip to Atlanta. He wanted to go there the last weekend of the trip, and I was like, no. I was like, we need to go there the first weekend because like I don't want to get hurt before I can even try it.
Right.
So we were in Atlanta for one day, rode, then we drove to Tallahassee that night, checked into the hotel, and then we went and looked at this rail. And like I had seen videos where like the top looked a little wobbly, so I didn't know if it was even going to be possible.
Yeah.
And we went and looked at it, and it was like, it was perfect.
Sick.
So I knew it was like on.
That's it. When you say that Scott did the math and shit, it made me wonder like, who's funding all this shit? Is it just you guys? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was just all of us just buying the hotels.
That's so
and the
dope,
gas.
dude.
It was sick. Yeah.
Incredible.
But then yeah, so then the next day, well, we actually got the hotel room for 3 nights, thinking that like, you know, I was gonna be battling for this. And we went there the next morning. We warmed up with this DIY, and then we went to the spot. And I ended up getting it done in like 15 minutes.
Fuck yeah. That's
So
gotta
it
feel
was
good,
like,
dude.
and it was probably like
Good shit.
the best feeling I've ever had from any trick I've ever done. It was like, because it was just like so much work went into getting it done. You know,
Yeah,
like,
finding
the rail,
going to 4 different
to the
like
spot,
states and cities
ending
and
up in
shit.
Florida, and it was just like, and it came so easy, which was just like nuts.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was crazy. I kind of blacked out, and then I went crazy. And then, let's just look at this real clip. That was one of the funniest shits I've ever seen.
All right. Jesus Christ, Alex.
You need to have Alex on.
I would love to talk to Alex, man. I remember I met him at Woodward East a long time ago, and he was just young ripper and just fun, dude.
He's
just
the
good
sickest
kid to be
human
around.
being there is.
Yeah, facts. Well, that is Dustin Arp in Aangles, which is probably out either now or later today or tomorrow. We're coordinated media attack for Dustin. All right, so now that we've watched your Aangles part, good job. We've reached the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. If you want to support me and the podcast, just subscribe and share the show with your friends. The full episode is in the description, so if you haven't, go check that out. It's also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. And the goal is just to grow. So if you could share the show with your BMX homies, that'd be dope. Anybody that you know that is a BMX nerd and would enjoy this podcast, do me that favor, and we'll keep all these clips coming and one episode every week. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.